Death Watch.
Okay, so you're in this large room that clearly used to be a sort of barracks, and you'd searched through the cabinets and found some still usable potions. And other than that, there's nothing of note in this room. So back in the room where all the shelves collapsed, you had the two doors that the wolf skeletons were lining up in front of. One of them is quite special. It's really large, and it's made of stone, and it has that same sigil on it, inlaid with gold and jewels. Right? And then the one next to that was just a more normal-looking wooden iron-bound door. So, what do you do from here?
So the wolves were in front of the ornamental door?
They were in front of both of them because there's only 5 feet between each door.
Do you want to check them out, see if there's any traps or if they're locked?
Okay. So I'll check the doors for traps right now.
Okay, roll your trap finding.
The first one, I got a 17. The second one, I got a 25.
What are you rolling to? Oh, for each door?
For each door, yeah.
Okay.
Suppose I should wait to see if I survive the first.
Which door do you want to check first?
Okay, so if I remember right, the dog skeletons came out of a door that was to the right of those, or off to
That was the room that we just came from.
Yeah.
Okay. So it would just be the nearest door that I come to, and then I'll go to the one after that.
Okay. The nearest is the really ornate, serious-looking stone door. And so what would your roll have been?
17.
Okay. You do not detect any traps.
This one's clear.
What about the wood door?
I don't know. Let me look. 25 for that one.
Okay. So you go up to that door and you're looking around and you don't see any traps.
Nothing on this one either.
Well, then I think we should go to the left
The wooden
door. I think that if we're at the wood one right now, so that would be the ornate door.
Right. So that ornate door, by the way, that doesn't have like a handle. That has a spot in the shape of a smith's hammer. There's like a space for a smith's hammer to go into it.
So I'll half start to open the door, but when my hand reaches towards that space, I'll be like, "Huh? No handle."
Yeah, I mean you don't see any way that it would open. As a matter of fact, when you were searching for traps, you didn't actually even see any seams where that would indicate this truly is a door. This could just be some artwork. It's just, the floor it's worn a bit, like, a lot of boots have walked it over the however long, so it's reasonable to assume, but there's no seam and there's no handle.
Are you sure this is even a door?
Could I use detect magic?
Yeah, if you have it.
I do. Okay, so the first round. Now let me do my concentration. Let's see how long it lasts. Alright, so it'll last for 15 minutes.
Okay.
So for the first round, I will detect the presence or absence of magical auras. And I'm going to be looking at that door.
You detect magic.
Okay, so round 2, the number of different magical auras and the power of the most potent aura.
Okay. What page is that?
If you click the link for dispel...
Okay. All right. So...
No, I'm sorry. 219. That's the one. Final offer.
Okay. So you do detect the presence, but not the absence of magical auras.
Okay. And so round 2 is the number of different magical auras and the power of the most potent. And for aura power,
so
functioning spell, it gives it down at the bottom. So 3rd or lower is faint, 4 through 6 moderate, 7 through 9 strong, and
It's
10
strong.
plus is overwhelming. Okay.
So you detect 2 magical auras, and the most potent is very strong.
All right. Can I make my spellcraft check to? Spend the third round.
Yeah, go ahead and do. So 15 plus spell level, go for it.
5.
So, you can't detect what spell. Just that it's very strong.
Well, it is magic, so there's that. Okay.
All right, what do the rest of you do?
Well, I guess I'm just kind of standing around keeping an eye out, making sure that we're not getting snuck up on.
Where's that bag of holding on Fenris?
I imagine it would just be tied, like, to my belt.
I gotta redistribute the wealth.
So while he's staring intently at the door, you're going to pickpocket him?
I'm gonna look at it, see if it's possible. I don't think I'm actually very skilled in that regard.
What are you looking for? Oh, you're trying to pick his pocket?
I was thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
So, when after they do their stuff, I'll try to dispel it.
You're going to try to dispel the magic?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can if you want. Let me just, I'd like to do a better job of describing to you how powerful it feels to you.
Okay. So in that case, I'll instead say,
it sends a tingle up your spine. It dries your mouth out. You get cotton mouth. You feel like your heart's skipping a beat. Right? Even when even when that spell ends, it'll remain, that aura there. Your eye will be constantly drawn to that thing.
So I'll state to the group that the door is magic, because I think that it's that's why it won't open, or there's no handle to open it. I don't know what we got to do to open it, but obviously it's broken, as there's a hammer missing.
Mm.
So looks like we'll go for the wood door.
Now, did you want to do something? Did you want to try and pick his pocket?
Yes, while he's distracted, I was going to reach into that bag of holding and attempt to lift a Cure Light Wounds potion out of it.
Okay. Roll your pickpocket.
So it's a sleight of hand. I have a DC 20. Probably not going to... No, I got a 7.
What does that mean?
Well,
it's not an opposed check?
It is. Now he makes a spot check to detect it as opposed by my check result that I just got. So I might have failed, but I might have not got detected, right? So there's a 2-step process.
Yeah, so he'll have a minus. So you just tell me what you rolled, John.
I got a 13.
Right, so he failed, but he doesn't seem to have noticed.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really concentrating on this. I don't know how you failed. You can't get the drawstring open.
Yeah, that's what he had it cinched.
You can't do it without moving it, so.
And then if somebody's observing me, like if Casimir or Rohan were
11.
I think it's just a 10.
Yeah, so you see him, But I mean, it's all your guys' property. So you might not even notice he's trying to be weird.
Yeah.
He might just be reaching for something. Now Rohan is behind you guys, and he seems even more distracted than Fenrith. He keeps looking around the room. He's got his bow out with an arrow, but he doesn't notice. He's not even looking in the direction of the door.
I apologize. I forgot to write down which potions I put in that bag of holding.
I did not write.
Does anybody recall?
Well, there were 2 Cure Light and 1 Cure Moderate.
Okay, did I give you the Cure Moderate?
Light.
Cure Light?
I believe so.
Sorry,
Okay.
3 Cure Moderate, 1 Cure Light.
Yeah.
Okay. But you were good on Cure Moderates, right? Okay. So...
Okay, so what next?
Okay. So, I imagine we would keep the same order with Graham up in the front, keeping an eye out for any traps.
Yeah.
And me right behind him with my light spell, and then
Rohan, then me.
Rohan, and then Casimir.
Okay. Rohan says, "I really can't explain it, but I need to be second. I need to be right behind Graham. I just got a feeling about it."
Okay.
He looks serious.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine with me.
Okay.
I'll pull up behind Graham then.
No, Rohan's.
I'm sorry, Rohan.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. And then I just slide right in between them again.
You searched for traps, but you didn't find any.
So
But this door is locked.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Locked. I'll try to unlock it.
Yeah, roll your lockpick then.
20.
All right, so Graham pulls out his lock-picking tools, and he sticks them in there, and he's wiggling them about, and then you hear a very audible click, and you recognize the feeling of a lock having given way.
So I'll shield my ever-burning torch under my cloak and open the door just a crack and listen to the sounds in the interior.
Okay, roll listen.
17.
You hear a hum, but you've been hearing that since you got in here. Now that you're focusing again, you hear it again. It's sort of faded to the background, but you don't hear anything else. You can smell decay, dust, and dry air.
I don't hear anything. It smells bad, though. You sure you want to go in this one?
It can't smell any worse than the rest of this place.
Good point. I'll peek through the crack, reveal my ever-burning torch.
All right, so you reveal a short hallway, about 15, 20 feet long, that ends in another door. There are two armored skeletons slumped against one on each wall. One right inside your door, or not right inside. Both of them are in the middle of the hallway with their backs to each wall. And they're obviously dwarven skeletons. And like most of the dwarven weapons you've seen, they had pole axes. And they're in good shape for the most part. But the skeletons themselves are covered in cobwebs and dust. Who knows how long ago they died.
Okay.
And then another door at the end. Right. So what now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tell you as soon as you open that door, using your roll from before, you see a trap inside the door. Right? It's a cleverly hidden it's like a pit trap. You know, if you step in there, the ground's going to give way.
I know about these traps.
And, well, yeah, you do know about them, and it's very well made. You can realize, looking at it, you wouldn't have seen it if not for how much time has passed and the way that dust had settled and things of that nature. But, yeah, you see that right there as you open the door.
I will be monologuing everything. There's a hallway, more skeletons. Wait a second. A trap? Is there any way I can circumvent it?
Well, it takes up that 5-foot square, so you could hop over it.
Oh, okay. So I'll open the door the rest of the way and motion Rohan forward and point to where the trap is and give him the rough dimensions and that he'll have to jump over it. Or I guess I'll just turn to everyone and tell them, just hop over the first 5 feet of this.
If you hit it with something, would it spring the trap?
Yeah, but you still have to jump over it. That's a pit trap. Remember like that one I fell in before?
Rohan, he nods impatiently as if, of course, he knows about that, and he motions you to hurry on through.
Okay, I'll jump over it.
Okay. I'm not going to make anybody roll to do this jump.
Okay.
It'd be impossible to fail it. Unless Justin was here, then I'd make him roll.
Yeah, of course.
So, as I had said, 25 feet is the total length of this hallway, 5 feet wide. Now, one thing of note that you see is that there are holes about a foot by a foot up in the ceiling right? And you can see broken, like the haft of a broken weapon stuck in one of them, right? And so you realize that would have been defensive, defenders could be up in there somewhere stabbing at people that come through here.
Okay.
And then you've got another iron-bound wooden door at the end of the hallway.
Well, yes, I'll proceed cautiously, moving silently
Okay.
to the next door, and I'll check it for traps.
Roll your trap finding.
15.
All right, so you walk towards that door and you're looking around. You don't see any traps, and then you get to the door and you hear a click.
Hey, Brandon, for future, could we use our chips for someone else's to
No,
reroll?
you can never do that. No, it's just each person. Well, think about it.
Yeah, because I know that with the what was that, the 5th edition, is there
You could give
inspiration points you could give one to another player.
Yeah. Well, no, for now. I'll think about it.
Okay.
Travis or Graham, give me a reflex save.
This is my specialty. I think I get a bonus.
The floor falls out from underneath you.
I have just a moment. Yeah, I get a +1 to it. Okay.
Is this your favorite trap?
No, it's trap sense or whatever. 26.
That's your reflex?
Yeah.
Right. So, how do you want to describe how you avoid this?
What is it? Another pit trap?
It's exactly the same, yeah. Because he walks up and then you hear a click and the ground, falls out from under him.
Yeah. So my foot will actually step on the trap.
Yeah.
And that give, and I'll wheel my arms on the edge there for a little bit, and then I'll get my balance and I'll point my finger at it, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
another pit trap again.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's following you.
So looking down, you can see that it's about 20 feet, and there are spikes at the bottom, but there are also downward angled spikes in the walls. Oh, and there's a skeleton down there.
So does this one leave any? Does this open right in front of the door? So I actually have 5 feet now. I'd have to make.
Yeah. You're gonna have to. You'd have two options. You can go find something to, like a board to lay across it, or reset the trap and then disable it from triggering. So, the closest thing to hand that you can think of is those bunks. A lot of them had metal frames. You could pop some of that off of there. Some of those cabinets were made out of wood that still seem pretty sturdy.
Well, we gotta lay something down if I'm gonna open that lock, or I can try to reset the trap and disable it. But that's really hard.
All right.
Do we want to? Me and you head back, grab some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so me and Casimir will head back to the bunk room and grab some items to lay down.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. So, they go back and they cart some slats of metal slats from the bunks or whatever, and they lay them across there, and so you can reach the door. Rohan is getting really testy. He says, "We really need to hurry up."
We gotta be
I'll
careful.
ask him if
Rohan.
he's doing okay.
Yeah, well, I'm fine. I just, there's enemies popping up from everywhere. We need to hurry up and get through here. So this door's also locked.
All right, open lock, or assuming our makeshift bridge holds together well.
Yeah, it does.
Do you want to check it first? I will offer that to Graham, is when I see him just going for the lock, be like, wait, remember to check it.
No, he does.
Okay.
It's,
He is very forgetful.
Oh, the door?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I triggered it. That's how I checked it.
yeah.
All right, here's the open lock. 26.
Yeah. So you're successful there. You put your lock picks in there, and then almost immediately pops open.
So same procedure as before. Shield, light, listen, spot.
Okay. do your listen.
20.
Okay, you don't hear anything.
Then I'll peek into the room.
All right, so this is a pretty large room. You can tell right away. It extends quite a ways in front of you, but also off to the right. So you don't detect any enemies.
Seems clear.
Lead the way.
Yeah, so you do that, and then Rohan just pushes right past you, strides into the room.
Rohan, careful. There could be more pit traps.
He doesn't seem to be listening.
Rohan.
So this room was... so as you go in, and your light illuminates the rest of the room, you can see that this room was clearly a chapel of some sort. There's broken wooden benches in the center to the right of where you came in at, and on the eastern side there's a raised platform, and behind that a large statue of a grim-faced dwarf stands behind the platform. So as soon as you guys get in and you've moved in a little bit and the light illuminates the rest of the room, you get another flashback, and you recognize that this is the room where the hero of the sky stood atop a table with a bow that glowed so fiercely it threatened to blind anyone who looked at it. And this is where he fell. So you can clearly tell that this is the room that took place in.
Is there a skeleton in here still?
There's many.
Okay.
Yeah, there's many skeletons. Most of the ones you see are obviously orcish. But over by that dais, that platform, you do see a line that are clearly dwarven skeletons.
Do we see that the table that was in that vision?
You see what's left of it. It has crumbled.
Maybe that's what he was
Right. So Travis, he knows where you guys came in at. You came in at that door down there. And then you'll see the two circles I made. I did make two, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is one just really light?
Is it orangish?
Mm-hmm.
That's the statue, right? So the blue one, that's right where Rohan is heading, and he's not taking his time at all. He's moving quickly over there, so he's got to hop up on the wooden platform, which is only a couple feet. It used to have steps, but they've all rotted and splintered away. So on that table, let's see, where that blue circle is, there's a small table, a small round table, and atop that is a big cage, and that's what he's standing in front of. A stone raven sits inside it, up on a little perch like a bird cage would have. There's a stone raven sitting up on that. And then next to the cage is a small pouch and a folded piece of parchment. So you guys can see, Rohan has picked those up, and he's opened up the parchment and he's reading it. He turns around and looks at you and he says, "I need to know what this says, but I can't read it. It's in Dwarven."
All right. Yeah, I'll head up to the platform that he's on and extend my hand for the note.
Okay, hang on one second. All right, so what I've marked is all those brown X's are spaces taken up by orc skeletons. The X does not indicate a skeleton. It indicates that space is occupied by one or more, in many cases more. They're all intertwined and intermingled as they died in great numbers. Those black spaces each contain the skeleton of a dwarven warrior. So their plate armor, their large steel shields, their spears, and their axes are all still in pristine condition, but they clearly died a long time ago. Now that mess there, that right next to Rohan, that's a great big pile of rubble. What used to be the table. It looks like maybe some beams from the ceiling. It's just a great big mess right there. So that's what the room looks like. Anyway, so Rohan says, "I need to know what this says, but I can't read it."
Okay. So is it, are those squares impassable, or is it
No.
just a difficult terrain?
Yeah, it's difficult terrain. You wouldn't be able to run or charge.
All right. So is that 5 foot for each, right?
Yeah, you got to pick your way through the skeletons and the.
So I'll go, up 10 feet and then diagonal, so back towards the wall there, and then diagonal again, and then I guess I have to crawl over some.
Yeah, I mean, where are you trying? You're trying to get to Rohan?
Just get to, go over
like
to him.
you could get there right behind him, or you could share the space with him.
Okay.
We're not in combat yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just walk up to.
Well, I'm just picking my
Yeah,
way
don't-
through. I don't
don't
want to
worry
step
about that
on all
for
these
now.
dead people.
I think it's kind of hard to do anything else.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't want to till I have to.
So anyway, you reach him.
I got these fancy boots now. I mean,
They are nice.
so I'll cast comprehend languages,
Okay. Rohan says, "Read it out loud."
and then I will read it out loud.
All right. So you open the parchment, and it says, "This is the Raven. Treat him well, or suffer the consequences. 1 pinch." That's all it says. But Rohan seems to know what to do. So he's got that pouch, and he opens it, and he pulls out some little silver dust, and he tosses it on the Raven.
As I was going to suggest he pinch the raven, but
Right. So when he does, slowly it starts to move, as it's like trying to flex its wings, and then dust falls off of it, and you hear the sound of cracking rock, and then in a brilliant explosion of gray dust, what's left behind is a large silver raven with these brilliant blue eyes, right? It immediately hops up onto Rohan's shoulder and starts, what you don't know, Rohan would know, but the way that birds generally show affection. So it starts digging in his hair, close to his ears or whatever. And then it starts to caw. It even sounds nice. It sounds pleasant. And that's what happens. Rohan turns around, and it seems to all the world as if that's exactly what he expected to happen. And no, of course he's not surprised by a stone bird turning into a silver raven and hopping on his shoulder. But when that happens, the room starts to shake. So the skeletons, they start to clack as the room's shaking. So let's have a reflex save from everybody.
Oh. Where'd it go?
Fenrith,
18.
Casimir,
6.
Graham.
12.
Graham and Casimir, it shakes. The room starts shaking so suddenly that you both fall down, prone. And then, all right, and then you start to hear like scraping on rock, and then you hear like a screams from many different throats. And enemies begin pouring in the room from that northern door.
Down here?
Yeah, the one closest to you. See where the notch is?
Yeah.
Oh, I lied. The
Is
door. No, the other one. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's reverse a few seconds here. You don't hear enemies burst into the room. You do hear some screaming. Then you hear some rustling out of that giant pile right next to Rohan. The raven caws and flies up to one of the ceiling beams, and Rohan gasps suddenly, and he jerks upright to his full height, and he's like stiff as a board. All of his muscles are corded, and his tendons are, showing, and his eyes lose their focus, and he starts breathing really shallow, and he falls over. He doesn't even make an effort to catch himself. Just like a fallen board, he falls over onto the floor. Out of that pile, well, yeah, we'll say that. He falls over. What do you do?
I will. So when he falls over, is he still up on that thing, or did he fall onto the ground?
No, he just fell over right where he's standing. He's
Okay.
on the.
So yeah, since I'm right there, I'll start checking him over.
Okay.
Do just a heal check.
Okay.
Oh, right in the crack of that. Dang it.
Re-roll it.
All right. Same thing. It's meant to be.
Okay.
13.
He's alive. There's nothing that you can see to indicate what is afflicting him. Then, blue flame bursts out of that pile and sends shrapnel and rubble in all directions. So who's close by him right there?
Me.
Where are you, Casimir?
He's back by the D6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I probably would
That's
have.
me. I haven't moved about yet.
Okay, yeah, I would have stuck close
Just
to the
grab
ground.
a dice for him and put him in there somewhere. Fenrith. This blue flame shoots out of that pile and it sends rubble and shrapnel everywhere, and it engulfs Rohan completely. And then do a fort save.
16.
So you are pushed 5 feet away from Rohan. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll work. So this flame has engulfed him, and you're pushed away by some force. It's not hot. You don't feel any heat.
Okay.
And looking at Rohan, you don't see any damage being done. All the rest of everybody now make a reflex save. Okay, Graham,
21.
Casimir,
Same. 21.
Fenrith.
15.
Okay, so this is all going on. At the same time, you feel your amulets against your chest. They start going crazy. They're bouncing around and they're vibrating. And you just, through instinct, you grab the chain and you pull it, you hold it as far away from your body as you can as that wood explodes off of there, leaving beautiful silver medallions in their place. Then you hear, yeah, and you look at the sound and you see that the cat is sitting on one of the ceiling beams next to the raven, and there's nothing to indicate how it would have climbed up there, even for a cat. So then, for game terms, your amulets have turned into Amulet of Health +2.
Oh, nice.
So that'll increase your Constitution score by 2, and then your hit points accordingly.
That's on top of what it.
Yeah, they already were.
Okay.
Wait, it was already a 2?
I
had a +4
Yeah.
It was a plus. Oh, okay.
to the Constitution score. Sorry.
Right. Okay.
So it increases to a total of +6.
Yes. Sorry.
But
Okay.
your amulet was a +6?
No,
No, it
that's
is
what they
now.
are now.
It was a +4 before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The hell?
He rolled it randomly, if I remember right.
Okay, yeah, because mine, I didn't have anything like that written down.
Well, you do now.
So mine's a +2, right?
No, it's a
Oh.
+6. Your guys's should all be the same.
Mm. 26 hit points. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I detect that I might need those hit points soon. What are you looking for?
Well, the dice, that's not going to work.
Oh, the little ones? You need more sides.
Well,
down there.
yeah, maybe it will.
How is your hit points now?
26.
Nice.
I got a +2 to my Constitution. My ability modifier is +2 now. It was a negative
Jeez.
originally.
Now the door bursts open and something comes out of it. So this thing is very large. It has to squeeze its way through that door. It's clearly undead. It's got rotting skin falling off of it. It's holding a club that's as tall as one of you. And it's sort of shuffling. It's dead eyes looking around. So it's not something that you've ever seen before. It's sort of like the bugbear zombies. It's just bigger and even uglier. It's got this big club, and it bursts through the door and walks right towards Fenrith. So, let's get initiative. Graham, initiative.
23.
Okay, Casimir,
15.
Fenrith.
14.
Okay, so we have... Okay, Graham, the initiative is yours. So you see this thing move through. You recognize a zombie by now when you see one. But it is, it's large size, so it's much, much bigger than you guys. You can tell in life it was extremely well muscled. It still has some muscles, but a lot of bones showing through. Let me get you Anyway, it's your move.
So I'll stand up because we were knocked prone, right? From the shaking.
Yeah, you were.
And I'll take everything in that had happened and I'll yell out, Rohan, Fenrith, behind you. And I'll I'll run up. No, I'll do it from here. I'll use my Ring of Ram.
Okay.
And I'll power up on the guy. I'll
Okay.
use 3 charges.
Okay.
25.
All right, so that's what, opposed strength?
That was to hit.
Oh, right, that does hit.
And it deals 12 damage. And then now for the opposed strength. Uh, 30.
Okay. Okay. All right, you beat him by 29.
So, yeah, that's 5 feet plus an additional 20 feet? Yeah. 25 feet.
All right. So,
Yeah, into the corner.
yeah, that's all you can do, really, from your angle, right? You just knock him against the wall and he goes prone.
Okay.
And what was the damage?
12. And that's it for my turn. I also think, it's up to you, but I was reading a little bit more that the ring activation is classified as a standard action. So I think I may have been breaking the rules by
Using 2.
using
Oh,
haste.
okay.
So-
I'll punish you later.
Nah.
I'll find a way to make you regret it. Both doing it and being honest about it.
Hope you learned your lesson.
Never be
Casimir.
honest.
So the room is still shaking, but not to the point where you'd need to roll for it. But you can hear the rumbling, and you hear Graham say, "Power up!" And then that ogre zombie gets slammed right against the wall with incredible force and falls prone.
All right. But still moving?
Yeah.
All right. What's your AC, Trez?
16.
How much of it's armor?
That's a good question. 3.
Okay, so you don't get too much of a bonus from that either. All right, I'll cast shield on myself.
Okay, you cast shield.
Yeah.
All right, what does that increase your AC to?
19. And that's my turn, standing up and casting shield.
Okay, Fenrith.
So, I'll call out to Rohan first, trying to get some sign that he's okay, and then hearing Graham yell out my name. I'll turn and see the zombie there, and I'll cast Consecrate.
Okay. And what are the effects of that?
So it's a standard action. So my charisma checks for turning undead gain a +3 sacred bonus, and every undead creature entering a consecrated area suffers minor disruption, giving it a -1 penalty on attack rolls, damage and saves.
Okay.
Undead cannot be created within or summoned into a consecrated area.
Okay. And what area?
So I'm going to make it. How much space is he taking up there? Is he taking up those two tiles?
Oh, is it a large creature?
Yeah, it's a 10 by 10. Yeah, two tiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll cast it right behind me, so that way it should encompass. Let's see, it's a 20-foot area, so it should get me, Rohan, and then
Just put a little X on all the spaces you cover.
and then I'll activate my boots.
Well, you stood up, right? What is it a free action for
Was
your
I
boots?
prone? Yeah, it is.
I think he saved. Didn't you save?
No, he saved. Yeah, you were already up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a free action for the boots.
Okay. Okay.
Save your spot there.
And that's your move?
Yeah.
All right. So that ogre will stand up. And Graham, these are the ghasts. They come tearing through the door.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that one closest to Fenrith, it was like running, screaming, and then it ran into all the piles of bones and whatever, and it really stopped it short. That other one clearly has its eyes on you two.
Stay behind the bone wall.
Your move.
All right. I will activate my haste boots and chuck a javelin at it.
Okay.
21.
That's a hit.
6 points of damage.
Okay.
And I want to... Nah, never mind. I don't think I can hide.
Okay, Casimir.
I'll move up to the one coming towards us. Yeah.
All right. Do a fort save.
22.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. I'll -7 from my attack.
All right.
Dang it. 9.
Okay. Right, you go stab at it. It smells so terrible you remember from the times before you fought it, but you're able to hold your stomach.
All right.
Yeah, what else?
That's it.
Okay. Fenrith.
All right, so I will. Let's see. I'll draw my sword, and then I will turn undead,
Okay.
and then I will party with the other undead. All right, so this will tell how many hit die I can turn.
Right.
So I got a 12, so my level, so level 5, or 5 hit die. And then, do you want me to go ahead and roll the damage?
Yes. Does this have an area? Is it
Yes,
cone?
it's in 60 feet.
A radius or a...
Let me see.
I thought it was a cone.
Doesn't say. It just says you can't turn undead that are more than 60 feet away or that have total cover relative to you.
Okay.
You don't need line of sight to a target, but you do need line of effect.
Right. Okay.
See page 176.
That's okay. We're good. So you rolled the damage?
Yeah, so it'd be 14 damage.
Okay.
And then the undead will flee by the best and fastest means available for a total of 10 rounds. If they can't flee, they cower, which gives us these guys at least +2 bonus to attack rolls against them. I can't move any closer if they are cowering, and if they if I have twice as many levels,
Right.
then
Okay.
they would be destroyed.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. That's it for me. So would I get an attack of opportunity against him for moving like that?
Right. Well, hang on. So what happens is he's essentially engaging in a grapple with his companion there, like to try to push it out of the way. So yes, you can get your attack of opportunity. It's more like a bull rush.
Actually, never mind. I won't take it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's fleeing or not. And if it is,
So-
if I attack it, then it breaks it.
Push it 5 feet towards you. Yeah, just to the next square, and put the zombie in that one. Now that dice should be on number 5. The zombie. Okay. So you would have one available on that ghast if you want to take it.
I won't take them.
Okay.
Because I don't know which ones are fleeing or not. So,
Okay. Well, that one does,
okay.
and it does it by running back through that door and off of the map. Yeah. Graham.
I didn't pick up on the problem with attacking them. So
If I attack them,
it's just your attack.
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm just going to move up.
Well, when he did his, power of whatever, the big one and the one closest to Casimir, it's as if they didn't even notice.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm going to move up and help Casimir out.
Okay.
I'll ready my masterwork short spear and attack when I get up to it.
Okay.
15?
Is it within that range of the bless?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's within.
Okay, yeah. That's a hit.
6 points.
Roll a fort save.
I screwed that up.
18.
I didn't add
Okay.
the +3.
Okay. Now it will attack you, Casimir. What's your AC?
24.
All right, so Graham.
Okay, I will.
Or had you already went?
I did already go, but I think then it attacked
Yeah,
Casimir.
it just
Casimir.
attacked Casimir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So then Casimir.
Okay. Same thing as last time. Miss.
Okay. Fenrith. So now the one that you had turned, it ran away, but this thing's standing up. This thing's 10 feet tall. So it's got a club that's about the thickness of you, and it's looking at you with its dead eyes, rotting flesh dripping off of it.
All right. Could you 5-foot me diagonal? Yeah, because I'm gonna try and make. Well, how high up is that stand that Rohan is on?
Well, you're on it too.
I fell off. Remember?
It takes up.
Oh, I'm still on it. Okay, then yeah. Sorry. Go ahead and 5-foot me back the other direction.
This brown
well,
line. It
yeah,
takes
all
up
it-
this whole space.
okay. I'll attack first, and then I'll 5-foot. How about that?
All right, but you can't 5-foot diagonal.
Because there's a thing there.
No, because it doesn't work that way. You can only 5-foot in a straight line. So if to go diagonal actually costs 10.
Yeah.
So it's not a 5-foot.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll do. It's been a while since I've had to do 2 attacks. So, am I able to do a full attack and then 5-foot?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. Is I'll do a full attack, then I'll 5-foot.
Okay. What weapon are you using?
I have my longsword.
Okay.
So I have a 20 and a 24.
Both are hits.
Uh, 5 damage for the first one, 2 damage for the second one. And then I'll 5-foot. Thank you.
Remember, it's got reach. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That was Fenrith. All right. It'll attack you, Fenrith. And What's your AC right now?
It's 20 right now.
Okay. Yeah, so it swings this giant club overhand right towards you, and just you're able to sidestep, and it slams into the floor, breaks the stage a little bit, shatters through there, sends dust and wood chips everywhere. Now, Graham, your move.
I will Well, actually, no. I want to take a moment to see if I can't remember if my weapon was ineffective against these guys. So I guess I want to do a spot check to see what kind of damage I've been dealing.
Well, you don't need to do a spot. It's effective.
Okay.
It's been effective against the one you're fighting.
All right. Well, then I'll do a full attack and do the extra haste attack on it.
Okay.
So I got an 8 and a 23.
One of them hits.
6 points of damage. And I'll set my dodge. First round I remembered, did it?
Yeah, so you're jabbing it, and you can tell you're dealing damage to it.
So my new AC is a total of 18 with the haste and the dodge on it.
Okay. It will retaliate against you for jabbing your spear into it, and it will try to bite you. And what you just now said it.
18.
18. Yeah, dodge bonus is one of the few that stack, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So it lunges forward and sinks its teeth right into your hand. For 7 damage.
200 negative levels.
And a fort save, please.
Automatic failure.
Okay. Casimir. Yeah, you see him lunge and just bites right into his hand as he's trying to jab it with his spear.
All right. I guess I'll try to trip attack this thing.
Okay.
So, touch attack. Critical fail.
All right. Fenrith. Yeah, you could tell that if that thing had hit you.
Yeah. So now I'll 5 foot that way, and then I'm not prepared for a fight like this. I'll use my my circlet of blasting
Okay.
on it.
All right. So what's that effect again? That thing was pretty powerful. Only a foolish game master would give that to his players at such a low level.
Could always make it cursed.
Yeah.
All right, so it's the effect of searing light. So it focuses divine power like a ray of sun. Blasts light. You project a blast of light from your open palm. You must succeed on a ranged touch attack to strike your target.
Okay.
So 15 is my ranged touch attack.
That is a hit. All right, but the circle of blasting takes care of that. So which one did you have, the minor or the major?
You never said minor or major. It was just a circlet of blasting. It was 3d8 damage is what it would normally do.
Yeah. So that's what you roll, 3d8.
So
but
that
it's
was
undead.
So that would have been the 1d8 was 1d8 per 2 caster levels. So it would be
level 6.
Level 6.
So 66. Yeah.
Okay. So 22 damage.
Okay, write down that it's the minor, by the way, so next time we use it, we remember. Yeah, so this extremely bright light pours out of this headband, slams right into the chest of this ogre, and flesh just sort of disintegrates like dust and flies away. It's still standing. It's got a giant hole right in the center. You can see through to the other side, but you clearly did an extreme amount of damage to it.
And then that'll be my turn.
Okay, then it will swing at you again.
Okay.
This time it connects for 14 points of great club damage.
Okay.
The most vile type of damage.
Yeah. Graham.
So I'll reel back from the attack and drink a potion. That's it.
Are you going to take a 5 foot?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's what I meant with the. I was trying to narrate it.
It's under the book.
It's a 1.
Oh, you should have re-rolled it. It was under the book.
Which potion did you drink?
Cure light wounds.
Okay, Casimir, AC.
19.
This thing turns on you. It'll do a full attack on you. So, oh man. So it bites at you, but just catches your tunic or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, it gets you really good with the claw, though. Really good. Yeah. So it goes to bite, and it just gets you, but then it scratches right across your face for 6 damage
All right.
and a fort save.
24.
Okay. Your move, Casimir.
All right. I'll attack it.
Okay.
19.
Hit.
8 damage.
Okay. With your trident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you stab it right in the chest, and it slumps and falls over
Okay.
dead. It lets out a really, really long fart as it dies.
Fort save for
Yeah.
everyone within 20 feet.
Okay. Now, Fenrith. So suddenly you realize that Rohan had been screaming. You don't remember when he started, but then he stops just as quickly, and the fire pops off of him and engulfs that ogre, and just completely incinerates it. Just completely. There's nothing left behind when it's gone. So, combat's over. Rohan is lying on the floor. His eyes are open. He's not blinking. He's not reacting to anything. But his bow is now glowing.
Is it glowing like we saw in the vision, or glowing like the blue flames?
Sort of like in the vision. Not as powerfully, but it definitely has a glow to it. So now the enemies are gone for now, and the flame has disappeared from Rohan, but he's still not responsive.
All right, I'll rush back over to Rohan, unless that invisible force is still.
No, it's gone. You can reach him now.
I'll do another heal check.
Okay.
I'll re-roll that. Use my chip.
Okay.
Worse.
Yeah, it was worse. 11.
Well, you can't tell what's wrong with him. He's just not responsive. He's alive. He's breathing.
Guys, I think he's dying.
Uh-oh.
I think we should probably either secure this room and set up here for the night, or try and go back and secure a spot to stay.
This room makes me nervous.
Yeah, I don't like all the evil omens that Rohan just set upon us in this room. So I would opt to go back, maybe towards the barracks. Yeah, Casimir, what do you say?
Is that going to pose any problem for if we're carrying Rohan over those gaps?
I think he's dying
Yeah.
anyways. I mean,
Just drop him in one convenient disposal of dead heroes.
that's usually what it means when I can't tell what's wrong with him. So
When you're tending to him or discussing this, I'll be fetching a potion to
Give
try
it to
to force him to drink. I'm in the motions of doing it now, Finrod.
okay. I'll let you. I mean, I can't figure out what it is. Maybe that will help.
I force him to take a potion. Rohan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to actually force him. Cover his mouth and plug his nose.
Okay.
It doesn't fight. It just
Yeah.
doesn't swallow it.
He drowns.
Yeah.
Enough damage to take him.
Well, yeah, but yeah, roll however many hit points.
with mice and venom.
Was that +1 with light?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I've been doing it right. 2 hit points.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go. What do? The raven comes down and it lands next to Rohan, starts digging in his hair a bit,
Oh no!
but then it hops up on top of its cage and just starts grooming itself. So.
I think our plan is to go somewhere and lick our wounds, but I was somewhat concerned about getting Rohan over those.
Well,
pit
we
traps.
have the metal thing from the
So we
planks.
got one covered.
Well,
we could just move
grab it. And, yeah.
Okay.
So we should be all right. Let's
Concern alleviated.
yeah. Let's make sure that we shut this raven away, though. I don't want it killing us in the night like it did.
I say at the very least we should just retreat to the hallway.
Yeah,
Avoid
that
going
wouldn't
over
be
the
bad.
second one.
You can
There's those skeletons in there, though.
Dwarven.
throw them in the
Yeah.
pit.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Let's do that.
Then maybe I can jam up this door or something.
Yeah, let's try to do that. So we'll hoist up Rohan, go back into the hallway, and then while Graham tries to disable the doors, I'll move those dwarf skeletons and throw them in the pit.
Okay. All right. So wherever you move Rohan, that's where the raven goes, and it just lands next to him and chills.
You couldn't have closed the door faster?
The cat also curls up on him.
Yeah,
and
we should
starts
just
purring.
leave him.
There's no stopping him. Don't you remember the village?
I know. I mean, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah. Well, perhaps the cat is protecting him from the raven.
It could be, but I mean, this just affirms the fact that he's dying.
Or at the very least cursed.
I wouldn't worry about it. My ravens went away all on their own.
But
That's right, you had raven.
what were our caretakers' names?
Raven.
Do we even know?
Well,
The
Jeeves.
Jeeves, yeah,
and Lucy.
Yeah.
and Jim Bob.
It was a maid. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think about when I think of ravens, though, is them deliberately and viciously attacking our house until they killed the two sweetest people in the world. And then they left.
Well, we'll just have to keep an eye on it.
All right. Well, and there's nothing. I'm not touching it. I saw what happens. Who touched the one thing? Who tried? Was it feed the cat?
I fed the cat.
You fed the cat. What happened afterwards?
I got ravens.
Yeah. See? That's why you just don't touch any of that stuff. It was Rohan sprinkling this stuff on that one that caused the cat to come back and the undead things. I'm sure of it. I'm going to cast Cure Moderate on myself. Does anybody else need some hit points?
Yes, please.
How many do you need?
11.
11? Okay, we'll start with you. Alright, so up to 10. 13 for you, Chris.
Thank you.
Hit points?
I took potions.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I gotta mark off another one. I think that's
13 for me, too.
still got 2 of those left.
So you're just going to steal from other people's pouches when you get low?
From the bag of holding, since it belongs to me.
Makes sense.
We'll see. I've acquired a taste for them now.
How do you want to do watch tonight?
Well, there's only 3 of us.
Yeah, we'll just have to go a little bit longer.
Well, I think we should maybe stagger it. So, like, if it starts with you and then goes to me and then Graham or something like that.
So do like 2 hours and then wake you up.
No, ours overlap.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm
at
saying.
one point, you will start and then I'll be woken up and...
Yeah, so
Yeah, okay.
like if my... Yeah, well, what would that be? About 3 hours each, 2.5 hours
So we
each.
can
So
cover like 50% of the night with 2 people watch. Is that the
Yeah.
idea?
yeah, so you got about an hour and 15 minutes of sleep, and then I wake you up, and then we finish my watch, and then
Yeah.
it's roughly or
It might be better if I'm
Well,
at the end, though, because of
what?
the spells.
yeah,
That way I get a full night rest, and then
That's right.
you go first, so Graham would be the middle.
yeah.
So you give everybody like 3.5 hours, and then right.
All right, so that's going to be our watch order for tonight, Brandon. Is
Okay.
I'll start it, and then I'll wake Graham up halfway through so that me and him complete my watch together, and then he'll wake.
Stagger it.
Yeah, just stagger it out.
Okay, so what spells do you still have available right now?
Me?
Yeah, how many spell slots?
I have 3 0-level left. I have 1 first level and 2 third level.
Okay. And what about you, Casimir?
I have 2 first level, 4 first level, or 0 level.
Okay.
And before I go to bed, I'll put my mage armor into the ring.
Okay.
No spell storing.
Okay.
So that would put me down to 1 spell slot left for my first level, which is Shocking Grasp.
Okay. All right. So, first watch, roll a listen. Okay, what'd you get?
24.
All right, so you hear pretty much your whole watch the sound of rattling bones, like they're being kicked around or moved around from that room. Gets pretty loud, but nothing tries the door.
Okay. So when I wake Graham up, then I'll let him know what I'm hearing, what I had heard in there. Then I'll finish out my watch with him.
Okay. All right. And then, so he wakes you up and he tells you that, and you can hear it for a while too, but then it suddenly stops after about an hour. You don't hear anything more for the rest of your rest.
Okay.
And then the time that you are resting passes uneventfully, although the raven does start getting pretty testy, right? And it'll like caw at you. It's got its mouth open as wide as it can. You can see it trying to dig into Roanne's pouches or whatever. Do you just ignore it?
I avoid it.
Okay.
I don't make eye contact with the raven.
Okay.
Well, it's not like it's a... I guess it's your guys' watch still, right? Is that what's happening?
Well, my instinct was to feed it, but I rolled against my instinct. So.
All right. So when you're all finally awake, Rohan wakes up too. He immediately starts feeding the raven.
I'm going to ask him how he feels.
He says he feels fine.
Are you hurt?
I feel a little tired. No, I feel great. What happened?
I'll just point to the raven and the cat.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he looks pretty confused, but it comes out in conversation that he doesn't have any memory of what happened after he threw the dust on the raven.
Why did you throw the dust on the raven? That's what caused every... I'll go through the details of it. Is after he did that, that it turned from stone into raven.
Yeah.
And then there was this blue fire that shot out of the rubble, and then the cat showed up, and then because you awoken the omens that we had left behind. Then this gigantic, bigger than anything you've ever seen, undead thing came out and tried to squish me with his club. And then Graham got bit. Don't you feel bad about that?
No. Yeah, he says that he doesn't think that it's related. Him setting the raven back to normal, he doesn't think it's related. He says, I think we're supposed to be here. And he points to his bow as an example. He said that he does have flashes of memories that aren't his own, related to that room and the battle, and even beyond that to other things. It's nothing that he can get a grasp on enough to explain, but he says that he bets if we go into that room and dig up that rubble that was next to that cage, I bet we'll find the remains of the of the hero of the sky we saw in our vision. And I think the other heroes are here and I think you guys need to find yours as well. So his bow, it's been changed, obviously. It's now seems to be made out of a different material. It's got a lot of metal, but still wood. It's really dark wood, and it has the hero sigil carved on it and some other, ornamental carvings. But it does glow blue whenever he holds it.
Well, I'll admit, your bow does look pretty cool, but no.
It's not like I'm
about
jealous or
messing
anything.
with ravens and cats to get it.
Well, don't you notice that this raven isn't like a normal raven?
Well, he hasn't killed anybody yet, but it's only a matter of time.
Well, he just goes back to feeding the raven and asks what the plan is.
Well, I trust you, Rohan. I think we should do what he says.
I don't trust anything Rohan says anymore. Not after what I saw.
I do think he has a point, though. I don't think that I would use evil to describe anything about this raven. Right? It doesn't seem to be like the ravens that attacked that night.
Yeah, that's clear looking at it. And like I said, even its caw is sort of sweet sounding, not the annoying.
And its eyes are unique amongst the
Right,
ravens.
yeah, it does have some blue eyes.
So, I'm fine with Rohan keeping his raven for now. No reason to try to take it from him, if that's what you were thinking, Fenrith.
I don't want anything to do with it.
All right, so regain whatever hit points you would gain and prepare your spells. And I think actually that's a good place to stop for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next part's
Lengthy.
not going to get done in time. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a good session.
Thanks,
I gotta make
NPC
another-
Rohan.
Yeah. So I gotta make another spell list now because of all the undead.
Yeah. and then the enemy type will change.
Yeah.
As soon as you
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.